And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and this is the fourth episode of 101, where I talk to 10 of some of our favorite content creators that we love dearly, and we get to know them in a different way. Now, this person today is someone that I absolutely adore, someone that I love, someone that has been very, very supportive of me in everything that I've been doing since I've started. And she's more like a big sister to me versus being some YouTube colleague. It goes different than just being YouTubers that are cool with each other. Like it's a different situation with this. And I know a lot of people always be saying, like when I first put this out here that she was coming, they was like, I can't believe that she's doing a video. Girl, it's not the first time we ever did a video together. Like we've done videos together maybe 2 or 3 times already since we've done StreamYard. So however, I'm gonna let her be the person to tell you why she's doing this. So without any further ado, let's bring her in. It's my girl, Ashley Miller.
People was really saying that, they were surprised that I was doing a video.
Yes, like, cause you don't do a lot of collabs.
That's true. I only do collabs with people that I really, 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 really fuck with. So that's it.
But they say the same thing about Rocks too. Because when I had her do Who Was Wrong last year, everybody was like, I'm surprised. Girl, they
because Rocks, I don't know. I think just Rocks just going live just not her thing.
Yeah.
So, that's just what it is with that. I mean, I used to go live back in the day, but things just got so hectic. They want me to go live so bad. I'm like, you know what? I may do it probably by the end of the year, but don't hold me to it. But I'm gonna do something.
Right. Okay. Well, first things first. I already told you backstage, but I got to say it in front of the people too. First of all, thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate this, of course.
No problem.
So, I guess I'll start it off with this. How would you describe your relationship with Scotty by Nature TV? Because I think some people really don't realize how cool we really are. So how would, in your own words, because I always speak about it, but
I look at you literally like a little brother. Even though I feel like you probably 1 year younger than me?
I'm 34. Yeah, 34.
Okay, so you like your birthday about to come up, right?
You February, yeah.
Younger than me. And so you're like a little brother to me. So you're one of the ones on YouTube that I see really, really, really trying to, make their own lane and do it in a way that fits them, but not trying to be so messy, so drama filled and everything. Yeah. You just come on, do your stuff, and then you get off. And I like that. You don't have to be a part of the mess. And I'm sorry if you hear the sirens or whatever. You ain't got to be part of the mess. And then you do your panels. Like when you start doing your if y'all watch my videos, y'all understand. So I apologize. I do live by a hospital. So mind you, they wasn't doing this whole time. But anyway, I really like when you start, making different panels and stuff on your channel. Like you really try to do different things. And that was like, damn, okay, Scotty, I really like this. And then you just bringing forth a lot of stuff that people need to see. And I just like your vibe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're like a little brother to me. So I always have your back. If you ask me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
And another thing that I also want to add to this is you've always been very supportive of me in everything that I've done. And like when things happen, you do reach out, just like I reach out to you. We have each other's phone numbers and stuff like that. So it's always been that way. And I think Rock said the same thing the last time we worked together. It's always been like that. Yep. But people don't be seen, I guess, because they don't, because, they see me with Jamar so much. That's all they see. So they don't really know what my relationships are with the rest of y'all.
Because, some of us don't be so openly about it on the internet or whatever. It's just that a lot of stuff does happen behind the scenes. And that's just what, you ain't got to put everything out there. But yeah, we cool. We always going to be cool. I don't care.
All the time, honey.
Yep.
So let's start off with Chicago, because that's where you from. So how was life like growing up in Chicago?
It was actually quite fun. The Chicago that gets the rap in the news and social media and all that stuff that y'all hear now, the Chirac, that wasn't what it was when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we was outside all the time. We went to camp. We was able to just play on the streets and nothing really happened. Everybody in the neighborhood knew everybody. It was a fun time. Nowadays, you do got to be a little bit careful. I ain't gonna lie, but it's still a fun time. So, you know,
What part, if you don't mind me asking, what part of Chicago are you from?
I'm on the south side, born and raised.
I think
Ain't
that's
never
where
left.
I
If
think.
you come to Chicago, you've been to Chicago before, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know where White Sox Park's at? The White Sox stadium
Yeah, I know what they said.
in that area. I'm on
Okay.
the west side, the south side. You know, closer to Soldier Field, closer to the McCormick place.
Yeah, I've been around that place before, like the White
Hmm.
Sox,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know.
in that area
All
by the lake.
that. Okay. Because I was actually, well, you of course you know that because we were supposed to meet up last year when I came to Chicago, but I think you
Yeah.
just had surgery that time. That's why we.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But I remember when I was going because my mother was actually born in Chicago, and so she
Oh,
would go back and forth to Chicago as a kid. And I
mhm.
remember her saying, "You need to go to this place, you need to go to that place to go eat." Like I think she said some shit like Harold's Chicken or Nick's. Um, it's like I can't remember the name of this place, but I know I got a piece of puff from that place, and that shit lasted me for about 2 or 3 days.
Harold's is a staple. I feel ain't Harold's like I think they done branched off because I know they down
It's
south.
in Atlanta now.
Okay, but Harold's originated in Chicago, and yeah, it's Harold's, it's Uncle Remus, it's Nicky's. They got good stuff, and I know when people come here, they go to Giordano's for the pizza and all that stuff.
I
But you
went there when I came last year.
yeah, did you try the deep? What is it? The deep dish?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Real Chicagoans, we don't really do deep dish like that. I mean, we do it, but that's not what we go to. It's like
Mhm.
a tourist thing. I feel like more so because we literally just do like the thin crust and all that, and then we go to like the little mom and pops, little stores or whatever that's around, and they the ones that be having the best pieces. So, just in case y'all want to know, just go to one of them stores, one of them little places. Mhm.
Because like because I wasn't every time I go, I don't be there long enough to really go to all these different places because it's always for like a weekend and it's never for
Mhm.
a period of time. So I know the next time I come, I need to be there for at least 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
You know.
you gotta plan it out because I've been here so long, well, my whole life, and it's still a whole bunch of stuff that I have not even been to, and
Hmm.
stuff keep popping up, and I'm like, damn, what was I at? I don't know what it's at, but you just got to make a whole week and then just plan it out and just go. Coming to like the spring/summer, those are the best time to come.
That's what my cousin said because I
Yeah.
refuse to come right now.
Do you know how cold it was earlier this week?
How much? How come?
It was. It could have froze. It was below freezing for a minute, and then it snowed.
Already?
Yes, it snowed and accumulated. I said,
Oh
"What is going on?" And then right now it's like 55, almost 60 degrees outside. I
my.
don't know. It's so weird. That's why I had to turn the heat down and everything.
Girl, I understand because it was just cold as hell down here just earlier this week, and now it's like what 80.
How y'all weather go? Like,
Okay, so I would say this because I get that same question a lot. It really just depends because sometimes we don't even have a winter. Like I remember it was one Christmas, people was outside barbecuing one Christmas, and that was like a couple of years back, and I'm like, we really barbecuing on Christmas. But if it's like I know when I was coming up, I know the months where it would be cold is November, December, and it'll get even colder in January or February. And February is when we get one of those rarities where it's like an ice storm or something like that in February. It always is an ice storm around my
so
birthday.
when you say cold, you say cold. What y'all consider
I
cold?
know y'all cold is different from ours, but
Yes.
to me, cold is like 30
Oh, okay. Because I ain't gonna lie,
or
I
even
grew up
40.
thinking that the South never got cold. I said, I was like, y'all get a little cold down there. I did not know that.
Listen, I know one time. I was texting my cousin that lives up there, and I was telling him, I said, it is so cold here. He said, Scotty, how cold is it? I said, man, it's like fucking 40 degrees outside. I'm so damn cold. And he said, that ain't shit. We should
40
never
degrees
snow.
outside. I'll be walking down here with just a sweatshirt on or a hoodie, and that's it. Somebody was in shorts the other day, and I said, "Wait a minute. I mean, now it warmed up a little bit, but be taking it a little bit too far. Put some pants on."
Okay, so I hear a lot of people that say the same thing you just said, as far as the Chirac and stuff that people speak about now was not that when you were growing up. What, in your opinion, what would you say changed and made it be like that?
I really, I'm gonna be honest. Our government out here is so corrupt,
Mm,
and then I just feel like I don't know. I don't know if it's because people having kids younger and the kids everything just advancing. People don't want to go outside no more. People don't want to just be kids or be who they supposed to be. They just going out here doing whatever, and then all of a sudden we want to. The gang violence and stuff had kind of ramped up a little bit. For at one point, it was so bad that at the place where I used to live at before I moved to where I was at previously,
mm-hmm,
it was like a gang. I was literally in the middle. No lie. It was a gang on this side, this side, this side, this side. And then it was like one summer after that, a couple of summers after that, you ain't barely seen nobody there because all of them got locked up. And so we started seeing a little bit of the neighborhoods get a little better. But then, you hear the reports on the TV and it's like, well, this person got shot there and this is happening, this is happening. But then you in your neighborhood and you like, well, I don't see this, but I hear it sometimes. And it's like, I will say it's ridiculous. And I don't know where the change came from because like I said, when we was younger, even when I was in high school, things were still good for the most
mm-hmm.
part. And then now it's going haywire. But I feel like it's trying to get a little bit better. I don't know. But people out here don't really mess with the cops like that. They don't really trust anybody in the government because, it's just a whole bunch of mess. That's why they call us the Windy City. Crooked politics and crooked this and crooked that. That's just what it is. Like we the main crooked city out here in the United States. I will say that.
Oh well, well, I understand that. Let's see. I know when I came to Chicago, because I think the first time I came to Chicago, I was probably maybe 13. Because that's
Hmm.
where my grandmother lives. But I don't think she lives in Chicago. I think she lives in like
A
North
suburb.
Chicago
Yeah.
and Waukegan and all those places.
Oh.
And so we didn't really have an experience with that because he kept us in the house. So we didn't really get to do anything but go to Gurnee and shit like that. That's how we went to.
Oh yeah, I was out there by Great America.
Yeah, that's something she let us do. She didn't let us do shit. But I didn't come back until 2016 when I went to go visit my cousin.
Mhm.
So I had this preconceived thing that I was scared to come, and I said, please, please don't let me get killed, please.
And see, that's the thing. Like, what people don't. I mean, the way they talk about Chicago is like, oh, as soon as you step foot up on the off the plane and you get up into Chicago, oh, you better guard yourself, guard yourself. I mean, it depends on which neighborhood you go to.
Yeah.
Like in every city in every state has a bad part.
They
And
do.
that's just what it is. Not the whole place is bad because you could freely walk around a lot of places out here, but you know not to go to certain places. And that's just what it is. And with the what is it? King Von and them, the O Block and all that stuff,
Mhm.
because that became popular in the mainstream. So everybody, getting their, I guess, opinions about it off of that. And I'm like, that's just one particular area. That's not the whole area and everything. So yeah, I say come out and see for yourself. I'm pretty sure you'll see that it's different.
I think where my cousin, I hate saying shit wrong. It starts with a C. Is it, how you pronounce it? Is it Cicero? Cicero?
Cicero,
That's where he from.
he out there, Cicero.
Yeah.
I think that's over there in I could be wrong too, but That's like in the Oakland, Bedford Park area, but that's like literally an inch out of Chicago. It's the same. It's the
Yeah, I remember he had to get because I'm from down south, so I can come across a little bit gullible when I'm places that I'm not familiar with. So we was at a gas station one time, girl, and it was this dude and his baby mama. They was pushing a kid in the stroller, and I walked in the store, and I'm used to walking in a gas station. I'd be like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" Whatever. I walked in that gas. I told the story more than one time. I walked in that gas station. And I said, "Hey y'all." They looked at me like like they
yeah.
fight me. Okay. And I was like,
I
my
be seeing that so much. Like y'all got the southern hospitality down south. Up here, we got to be on guard because you just never know. Like what the hell? Because
my
we
cousin
keep
looked
ties
at me.
south.
He looked at me and said, "You can't do that here." And I'm like, "What did I do?" He said, "You cannot speak to random people in Chicago." He
Because
said,
everybody be on go.
Right, that's what he told me because he said when I came up here, when I first moved back here 10 years ago, because he was born in Chicago, but he was raised down here with us. And then like in the middle of high school, he went back to Chicago. So he was like, 10 years ago when I moved back up here and I was walking from this same store and I said, "What's up?" to somebody, we was finna fight. I said, "Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
serious?"
telling you. And you want to know what's so funny? You from Mississippi, my people from Mississippi though. My
That's normally how it is though.
Yeah, so they said Chicago people ain't nothing but Mississippi people with fur coats. That's just all it is. Or
Yeah, pretty much. It's
because my mama was born down there, my grandma was born down there. They came up here like in the 60s, 70s, and been here ever since. So yeah, we all from the same place.
Yeah, like it's mainly like that. Like most people that's from Mississippi, they probably left and migrated up north, and it's
On
always
that great migration situation.
yeah, like a Chicago or a Detroit. It's always something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this: I was just in Detroit in August, and I must say that I was more afraid of Detroit than I was Chicago.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but because somebody probably gonna be from Detroit and be like, "Girl, it is stuff out. What is in Detroit?" Oh,
Well,
Lee.
I went to Jay Lee did send me certain stuff. Like I didn't know they had beaches in Detroit. Like I didn't know that until she sent me that. You know what I mean? But the person that I was with, he had
Okay.
taken, he had taken me to like the riverfront and like downtown and stuff like that. That's pretty much all that I went to. Really.
When you come out here, you gotta. Have you ever been to Lake Michigan?
No, and I want to go.
Child, that's the best part. If you come out here in the spring and the summer, you have to go to Lake Michigan, walk across the lakefront. Oh, it's just the best thing ever.
I
So
will.
beautiful, so serene, so peaceful. Take you some pictures and be like, "Jeez." Very nice. But
Okay. That's good to know. I should have
mhm.
asked you for because see, fucking with my cousin, he ain't gonna take me no damn where. Really.
He got you just chilling up in the place in the hotel and y'all
Like he took me places, but it's just like
let's go explore. You have to go explore. You
right.
need to go down on what is it, the Magnificent Mile? Took
I
you
don't.
shopping. Damn, what the hell are you doing?
We went. What like I guess because we didn't have a lot of time. I will say
Oh,
that because
okay.
I did when I came that Friday. My plane was late because um I think my layover was in Baltimore or something like that, and it was a storm, and we sat there for like I was there for like 5 hours, and I didn't get to Chicago until like 7:30, and I
Mm,
was going out, and I was flying into Midway, Southwest.
yeah.
Um,
Right.
and then the only full day I had was Saturday, so it was only so much I could do.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, maybe I should just try to come like for more than just that. I need more
Mm-hmm.
than just one
Got to
day.
plan it out. Do like a good 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds better. So now that we got done talking about your life in Chicago, how did you start on YouTube? Like, what exactly was it that made you want to start on YouTube? Because I remember the first time I saw you do YouTube videos, I want to say I know it was the Braxton Family Values because that was the first video that I saw of you when you was doing the reviews on there, and I think you used to post the actual show on your channel too back then.
Yeah, that was stupid. But you learn stuff when you first start out, okay? You know,
Right.
what to do and what not to do. But no, when I first started, it was back in, I think, I think I either just started college or I was at the end of high school, just started college, one of those. It was when Toya and Tiny, remember they show?
Mm-hmm.
I had started by talking about them a little bit because I liked the show to a certain extent, and I was just giving my opinion. And that was back then. For some of y'all that come in now, all y'all have to do is, get a certain amount of followers, get a certain amount of hours, and then you can just become a partner or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or you're qualified to become monetized, right? Back in the day when YouTube really, really got started, the videos, if you were not in the partnership program, you couldn't get monetized, and your videos could only go up to like I think 5 minutes
It was a five
or
or
five
10.
to 10 minutes, and then after that, it can go up to a little bit longer once you become partner.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever to get to that point, and so imagine talking about. Let's say if we would have had to talk about a whole hour review of something that we was looking at that was an hour on TV, and then try to condense that into 5 minutes. That was some hard stuff, and I was over it. Even though Tiny and Toya show, I think it was just 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
if you watch me, y'all know I like to talk and I like to go in depth or whatever. But at the same time, I was still just trying to fill it out and see what this all was about. And then I kind of just, I don't know, I guess I got preoccupied with school or whatever, or other stuff that was going on. And I just said, you know what, I'm gonna put this to the side. And I literally just forgot about it. And then I came back probably like a year later or something like that. I had came across the Scorpion show, came across Sweet Addiction TV. Back in the day, oh my God, YouTube used to be the place where I discovered a whole lot about being gay, being in the
True.
LGBT community, finding people that identify with me and all that stuff. And so I'm looking at and there's so many people that I used to watch back then, and they're no longer on YouTube, but they was inspirations and stuff. And so, especially like I said, the Scorpion show. And then I just said, you know what, let me give this another try. And I just started doing it, and it just became more fun, and I became more consistent and took off from there. And then I know like one of the main shows that actually got me really, really, really out there was the Bad Girls Club.
Oh yes, honey.
I said, "Oh, we so ratchet. We like this stuff." But after that, I think it was the Braxtons, and then we did the Love and Hip Hops and stuff like that, and then just continued on from there.
Yeah, because Love and Hip Hop was just starting.
Yeah, and
Like
that was the
again, we've
time.
been reviewing Love and Hip Hop from the jump.
Well, not Love and Hip Hop New York. Love and
Oh,
Hip Hop Atlanta was the one that really got us all started.
it
Yeah.
did. It
Because
did.
everybody, oh, that was a time. Too bad we can't have that no more.
Listen, I remember this. I remember telling you about this. I think I said this. I think we said this when I don't know if you remember, but remember about 3 years ago, I had put all of us together on my channel. It was me, you, Jamar, Candy, Bundy,
Yes, I
and
think I know.
Kevin. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were all up here together. And I think Jamar and I had said there was a time when me and Jamar would text each other and we'll be like, we gonna beat Ashley putting out this damn video. Like every time I turn around, she always dropping first. We gonna drop first this time, and it never failed. You always win.
Because,
You win
listen,
every time.
it came a point like I had to figure out, and everybody keep on saying, "How you get it up so quick? How you get it up so quick? Did you get the episode?" I ain't never get no episode free or beforehand or whatever. It's just that I found myself, especially if it's like an hour TV show. And then, you sitting there and you trying to take in all of the stuff, and you trying to make sure you get everything and hit the points that you need to hit. And then once you start recording, it's like, damn, I know I missed something, this going away. So
Mhm.
I had to figure out what's best to work for me. And so I was just like, like when it came to love and hip hop and stuff like that, I would just record on a commercial break.
Mhm.
So, And that's how I do my Real Housewives reviews too, because I make sure if there's any video review that I do that I want to make sure I hit everything, it's the Real Housewives. Because
Yes.
they'll be in the comments where you ain't say this and you ain't do it. Well, actually, I'm not trying to repeat everything. Because I mean, you can go watch it. There's many ways that you can go watch the episodes. I'm just giving my opinion, that's all. But hey, that's just what it was.
Maybe if I did them like that, I wouldn't be, because I am a big offender of this. I find myself repeating myself, and I can't
Mhm.
stand to repeat myself. That's one thing, because that's the biggest thing I have with people. I be like, look, I don't like repeating myself, but then I turn around and I look at the videos and I'm straight up repeating myself, and then people say
Same.
that to me.
Be repeating the same words over and over again. I'll be like, you know what? And I know in some of my videos I catch myself. I was like, see how many times I say this, see how many times I say that. It just happens, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, because I'm like, I swear we used to do that. I remember we brought that up and you was laughing your ass off when we said that. But I'm like, oh yes, honey, we was trying to beat you in
Yeah.
most of the videos.
But
And
y'all been doing it. I will say that because y'all do y'all lives and stuff. And by the time I get through editing my stuff, I was like, oh, they already up. Let me watch this while I'm editing everything. So y'all do y'all thing. I love it.
So what would you say? Because I say this all the time.
Hmm.
I always like to say that you know how we look at artists and stuff like that, and we be like, oh, they started in the early '90s or the early 2000s. We actually did start in the well, officially start maybe early 2010, late
Yeah, that
2000
is.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I always say this: it was a different time when we started versus today. So, what would you say is the difference between back then and now? Because for me, I enjoyed it so much back then.
It was now like the fact that I'm in it as long as I've been in it, I've learned to just stay to myself in a sense. I don't like the drama of things. Granted, I watch a couple of drama videos, but I don't like to be in it. You know what I'm saying? So
Same.
that's why I try to a certain extent, unless the YouTuber is actual news, like the Tasha K stuff or whatever. I don't comment on other YouTubers, or I try not to comment on other YouTubers, because I just feel like sometimes you shouldn't really be talking about the people that's your peers,
Yeah.
regardless of how you may feel. That's still your peer, and because y'all in the same field or whatever, you don't want that negativity or that to be popped back on you.
Hmm.
But if it's like something that became a national headline like that situation, I give exception to it. But back then, it was I feel like it was way much more fun, but you also had a lot more people that was just they were just as bold back then than they are now. But I feel like once people get to know you and get to see your groove, everybody just comes in and is just cool with whatever you do.
Hmm.
Um, and they can see through your personality or whatever and see what you about, what you're not gonna do. This ain't for you, this ain't for you, but this is or whatever. So they know that you're not gonna partake in that. And they know who to go to with the mess or whatever. And they know to come to you to just get some fun or whatever. That's just what it is. These days, I feel like people get on YouTube or whatever, and it's for the purpose of just starting stuff sometimes, or not necessarily for others to start stuff, but they literally have the goal in mind to try to get, I guess, attention, to get, opportunities to get famous or whatever off of it, because we live in such a social media driven world, and we see a lot of people that are getting noticed from social media. So it's like, okay, let me start a YouTube channel and talk about this and talk about that, so that I can get this opportunity and I can get here and get there. And we see that this time. I feel like if you had that thought pattern back then when we came up, it was way harder to get there, but now it's way easier if you come in and you doing that. Because I see a lot of people that's just now starting and they reaching like 100,000 subscribers within 6 months of being on YouTube, or they getting this and they getting that deal or whatever. And so in that sense, that's how it's changed. But I feel like it was way more fun when we first came on because I guess it was something that was really, really new.
Mm-hmm.
But and people wasn't getting on there because I guess we didn't realize that we could parlay what we was doing into something that could work for us.
Mm-hmm.
Get us seen or whatever, get this opportunity and that opportunity. We literally just put it on there because we like to talk. We wanted, to express ourselves or whatever, and we just want to have fun. But I feel like sometimes in this era, what's going on right now is more I'm trying to get put on and not necessarily fun. You see that some people are, you know, putting on masks, putting on fake personas just to get themselves out there because they didn't discover what formula works and what formula gets them to get seen quicker than others. So I don't know. I feel like that's Mm. And I felt some type of way about that too, because like we've been out here for a minute. I just feel like some of my people should have been getting, seen and getting put out there. But I'm glad that my people, including you, we stuck to it though. You know what I'm saying? And we doing it our way, and we're not trying to conform to what this person is doing, that group is doing. We're just doing what works for us. I like that.
Yeah, because I would say this because I talk to a lot of up and coming YouTubers of today, and I be telling them like I feel like y'all have it a little bit more easier than what we did because when we were coming up, like we literally had to do it from the ground
Mm.
up, and it felt like it took forever for us to get
Yep.
anywhere, especially me.
Mhm.
Because like a lot of people didn't even know. It's like 3 years ago, people thought I was a new YouTuber. I had rebranded myself, changed my name to Scotty by Nature TV. They didn't even know I've been here. And I'm
Mhm.
like,
It's
no, I
crazy.
actually been here.
Yeah.
I just had to switch it up because I didn't know what I was gonna do or how I was gonna do it. I was in a slump. I didn't know. So and then as you get older, and then you navigate through this whole thing, it does make you appreciate the way it was. Because I know when we were
Mhm.
coming up, we always supported each other too. Like it was never
Yes.
an issue to shout somebody out that we genuinely loved and respected and send our people their way. It was never an issue for that. We used to do
You
that all the
you
time.
you remember I'm telling my age and I'm telling you how long we've been on here. Back in the day when we first started, or at least I first started, it came a point where remember how if somebody put out a different topic or whatever on a video, instead of just commenting it in the giving your response in the comment, we would make a
Your
reply
response
video.
video.
That shit- I said, listen, we used to do some things,
We
and
did.
everybody was in unison. Like nobody would get upset with the opinion or whatever. But you try to do some shit like that now, child, they try to chop you down.
Yeah, because I think, like, because even back then, like, we didn't always agree with each
No,
other's opinions,
no.
but we didn't go and make no video like dissing the next person because we didn't agree with them. Like, I
Especially
see that
when
now.
nothing negative had been said to each other and we just voicing opinions and it's so especially if it was a broad topic or whatever.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, it was cool back then. Now it's just I just sit back and watch.
So, right. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm above it. I do sit back and I watch the messy shit. Long as I'm not in it.
Let me tell you something. It was a time. What was it called? The beef sector.
Girl, I listen, and I be
Do they still
peeking
be
in on
doing
some of
that?
that stuff, and I don't know none of the, I know some of them,
None of them. For the
but
most
I don't know
part,
what they beefing about.
I'll just be sitting there like,
Oh
what?
my god.
I'm like, oh my god, now who is this?
Like
Oh,
they be
you
going
said this,
in
said
too.
that. Mm-mm.
They be going in too.
I'm
I be
like, wow, they be having lives that be like 3+ hours long, just going in and everything. I'm like, oh my god, it be getting me through my day too.
like,
I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna show watch it.
I know I listen to it when I'm at the airport.
Mhm.
I'm
Entertain
like,
me.
and I have no idea what they beefing about or nothing. It's just hilarious to me. It
Don't
is
even
so
know
funny.
each other in person and just be going, oh, back
Right.
in the day when we had beef, we had real beef because we actually knew the person. We had
Right.
we synced them and all that stuff. Other than that, girl, these beats these days, I just feel like they superficial. Just
Yeah.
giving content, but hey, you do what you got to do.
So let me ask you this: why do you think that we, like me, yourself,
Mm-hmm.
Bondi, and I'm only naming the people from our era. Me,
Mm-hmm.
you, Bondi, Jamar, um, Kevin, Rocks. Why do you think we were able to still be around after all this time? Because there's a lot of people that was around when we were around that is no longer around. So why do you think we were able to navigate and still be here? And because it's now a saturated
Market,
arena
yeah.
now. It's it because it was just a few of us back then, but now it's a lot of us now.
Yeah. My,
So
like, I feel like if you don't have that passion for it, if you really not invested in doing it, then you can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what happened with some people. They found interest in other things and they just said, whatever, this was cute. You got like, Candy from Sweet Addiction. You
mhm.
see that, she used to be on YouTube so heavy and now she got her ranch that's out there doing so well with the celebrities coming through. And she back on YouTube, y'all, just to let y'all know. But
By the way.
so yeah, you got people that find other stuff to do, whatever, or I don't know. I just know for me, I just like doing it. It's an outlet for me. You know what I'm saying? I like getting on, voicing my opinions, connecting with people that share similar things or even disagree, but they disagree in a way that makes me think like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from. I still probably don't agree with you, but I see where you get that from,
Right.
But and I respect that. And at this point, it's like we built our own little community. It's like a family.
Yes,
So
it is.
I enjoy it. I like it. So that's why I'm still here. I know Bondi literally making a career out of it and
Yeah.
she blowing up and you know, she getting opportunities and at this point, I feel like what she doing is great and it's working out well for her. Honestly, with Rox, I feel like Rox should have way more subscribers than what she has. But
Absolutely.
Rox is one of my favorites to always watch. She is
Yes.
hilarious as hell.
Yes.
Um,
I
you know,
think she'd be
go over there
sleeping.
and subscribe to her.
I think she'd be sleeping on herself too.
I do too.
Because like she is larger than life. And
Period.
like when I met her, because I finally met just about everybody except you, Bondi, and Kevin. Y'all the only three I ain't seen yet. But when we was in Atlanta, I can't wait till it happened, girl. We're gonna have us a good time too.
Bitch.
But when we was in Atlanta, when I came to Atlanta about 2 years ago, I had text Rocks and I said, I'm coming
Mhm.
to Atlanta. Are you busy? She said, when are you leaving? I said, I'm leaving Sunday evening. She said, okay, well, you and Jamar can meet me here. We went to the Cheesecake Factory and we met up
Oh,
for
cheesecake.
lunch. And I was just sitting there like a kid, like, and then she was like, what's wrong? I said, we've been cool for so long and I can't believe I'm sitting in front of you. You don't understand.
That's how it was when I met them all when we first did the blackout.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all these are the people that I used to watch on. I watch these people, and then we actually talking, and we actually cool, and then to actually see them, it's like, oh, okay, y'all real cool, just like y'all is on y'all own
Right.
videos and everything. And yeah, she's a real cool person. So I be looking, I'm like, y'all should give her more,
Yeah,
give her
because
more
I think
love.
she's probably the only YouTuber I have ever seen that I've never seen nothing negative said about her. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like people really love Rocks. Like,
she
they
is.
give me and you criticism for little stuff, but I've never seen
Mhm.
nobody criticize Rocks about nothing. Like,
She don't be in no mess. First
yeah,
of all, she a grown ass woman.
yeah,
She a
yeah,
grown ass woman. She ain't got time for that. She a grown ass woman with a real job.
for real.
And it's like, I don't know. See, I gravitate towards people that's like more positive and I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, it's nothing wrong with having a little bit of mess about you because we all, whether we want to believe it or not, we all got a little messy to us, okay? We all
Right.
got a little shady to us, but you don't have to be that all the time. And it's okay to be fun. It's okay to just not take yourself so serious. And that's what I feel like all of us do, you know.
Hmm.
And that's why I rock with y'all. So yeah.
Yeah, like I like especially like for Bundy, I feel like a lot of us are getting our flowers late in the game. I really feel like
Yeah.
we are. And Bondi is like a inspiration to me in a sense because look at where she is and where she is going.
Bondi took a situation that wasn't working for her, and then she parlayed it into another situation that started making it work for her. When she used to work in the news or whatever, being
Mhm.
I guess she was behind the scenes and all that stuff, and then whatever went down with that she no longer worked there, and then she just went on ahead and just dived and put 100% energy, all her focus into YouTube, and the way that she's building that up, I apply her because it be sometimes I be thinking people be asking, how come you don't do YouTube full time? And baby, I'm just not there yet. After having the situation that I had, I just be having fears like, what if something happened and then I need a backup
Mhm.
and all this stuff or whatever. I don't ever want to think that, but I'm just not there yet. But if you able to do that, I apply anybody that's able to do that because I know my ass be sitting here like, damn, I do not feel like getting up and going to work today.
I swear I be feeling that way.
But
And
I
I be
need this money, and
right, I be feeling that way too. And I feel like I'd be so much farther if I wasn't going to work every day.
yes, a
I,
lot of us probably would because we would have more time to dedicate 100%
mhm.
to putting things out and making things look way better and all that stuff because we got more time and we got more energy to do so. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Well,
I,
I can't say that I am proud of all of us because we're
mm-hmm.
still here and still able to
Listen, I feel like you at what 50,000 now or almost
almost. I'm
by the time
600 away from that.
2024 come, I feel like you would be almost at 60. By the time 2024 gets over with, you'll probably be over 60. I want you to be I just want you to grow some more. I really do. Like, listen, the way that you came in and flipped everything, and you literally is an example of trying to find what works for you. And if something's not working, put that to the side and come up with something else, and don't just wallow in it. Just make a way to let it work. And you've been doing that. And I like the fact that you do reach out to different YouTubers, like the up and coming YouTubers, and you giving them an opportunity to speak and to get their voice out there, to get their channel out there, the different panels. Y'all be cutting up. Y'all be cutting up. I just like it, okay? And I'm like, all right, I be seeing, I'm like, oh my god, look at Scotty. Every time you be putting up the okay, I got these many subscribers. I said, that's my boy right there. He doing it. He doing it. Okay. He
That's
gonna
what I
get it.
always say. You always been support. I remember that time we did a compilation video for my 10K. That was years ago. And I
Mhm.
keep saying in the video, I mean, even though you should be more than that 10K, but
I
that's
say
none of
that
business.
because that and trust and believe. I don't want nobody to feel like this fake stuff. No, this is 100% real. When I say I feel like a person's supposed to be way further because they are that good, I see the hard work, I see the dedication. This man be up late giving y'all lives and giving y'all little stories here and there throughout the day. Baby, it was a time that I actually used to do something like that. Actually just can't do it no more. You know?
Well,
She's
you're not too far from 100K yourself.
child.
You
I
almost
don't, when it comes to me, I don't even look at my numbers. I wouldn't know until somebody put a comment. I see a comment in one of my videos, and they be like, "Oh, you this many? Oh, okay. Well, thank you." I literally don't see that's where the point I'm at right now. Like, if I reach a certain number, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine as well. It's still not gonna stop me from coming on here and talking my stuff and interacting with y'all and just having a good time because genuinely I like it. It's almost like a little bit of therapy,
Mm,
a little bit of release.
yeah.
Because when you got a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes you just need to take your mind off of this, and you just need to find a way to make yourself laugh, pop the camera on, and just get to talking about mess. And then all of a sudden it just come on out, and you just have. I just feel so lifted, weight lifted off once I get on here and just start doing what I do. It's one of those situations.
That has helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
you know that this has not been my year. You know that. So
It ain't been. We want it to be our year. But 2023 said we're gonna give you a little taste, but we're gonna throw some shit at you.
right, okay.
You know,
Like
at the
listen.
end of the year too.
Yeah, but it does. Like I did have to take like almost a week off after we buried my friend back in September. I needed that time, but other than that, once I got back, I was back. I said, okay.
Listen, we still
I
going
can be
through the
back.
stuff with the situation with my dad.
Yeah, I saw that.
You
I
know, we
saw.
still ain't buried that nigga yet. It's so. I said, so you mean to tell me people really are this messy and this messed up when it comes to family who have death and trying to get the funeral plans, and if you're gonna do this, baby, if it was up to me, we would have been cremated him and this stuff would have been over with already. Like, what is going on? I just don't understand, but hey, it is
I
what it
don't
is.
know why it's a lot. It's always drama and shit when someone
And it's
passes. I
and
hate that.
it be the deceased person side of the family. 9 and 10, your daddy side of the family. It's always the one. It's always the one.
Always, child.
And it's literally just one person that's truly holding everything up. And I'm just, if I ever see them again, I'd be shocked because I don't want to. I know I'd be saying stuff, and I had to preface, and I'd be like, I don't want to sound insensitive, but that's just how I feel because I know how I am as a person, and once I'm over it, I'm over it. There ain't no coming back for me.
I know what you mean, child. Listen.
I eliminate all type of drama and toxicity out of my life. I don't need that no more.
But you know what? That's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna tell you this. And I know I got a couple of more things to ask you before we go, but I'm
Mhm.
glad you brought that up because this is where I'm at. I'm normally the person when someone passes, I think like when I hear people say, "Oh, we need to all let bygones be bygones and move on." I feel like that is so cliche. I do that every time somebody die. I be like, that is so cliche. Stop being fake. But it's just something about when my friend got killed because it was so unexpected. And I was like, maybe some of these, because I am a grudge holder. I am a award winning grudge holder. I will hold a damn grudge until I die and you. I will hold a fucking grudge. As much as I try not to admit that, I know I can.
We'll probably give each other a run for the money because I can believe at this point in my life, I can't do second chances.
Yeah.
I tried that and each and every time messed it up. I said, "Oh, so you gonna come back and still do the same thing?" Mm-mm.
But
Let
see, the thing with me is that because I know some of these things that I've been holding against people really ain't that deep. So I'd be like, okay, I could just really let this go. And then, not to mention, because I'm not a perfect person either, I have done things that offended people too. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And not necessarily try to, but I know that my personality, I can come across kind of dismissive, especially if I don't care or
Mhm.
if I don't really think that it's that deep. You know, sometimes it can come across dismissive and it'll make a person not want to fuck with you. And I understand it. And I know I owe somebody a fucking apology and I'm gonna give it to them. It just took this situation for me to realize, okay, this ain't that serious. You owe that person an apology. Regardless of what you thought at the time, you owe that person an apology. Because I don't like to
I mean,
apologize either. But it felt better when I let certain things go. But don't get me wrong, when I let it go, that don't mean I let them back in.
right. You can feel, they say you should forgive. Don't forgive, but forgive for yourself so you can feel. I don't understand that to a certain extent because even if what am I forgiving for? I still don't like you and those feelings still there. Why am I forgiving you? But if I did something wrong and I know it's me that messed up, whatever, I will correct that. I will try to correct it if you allow me to. And I will hope
Mhm.
you will allow me to. That doesn't mean that you have to still be my friend or
Right. That's
still
my mental.
communicate with me. I just want to clear the air, get closure on that, and move on.
Mhm.
Because I'm the type of person where if you hurt me to a certain extent, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Even if you apologize, thank you for that.
Mhm.
And I wish you well. That's just what it is, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, and then yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because some people, some it's I have forgiven maybe 2 or 3 people over the last month, but I don't want them in my life though. Like if I see you, it ain't got to be negative. Because like I said, when I hold my grudge, I hold it. If I see you, don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
talk to me. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Don't wave. Don't speak. Act like you don't know me. That's
Exactly.
that's normally how.
I I got a couple of people like that, and the whole situation that, like I said, what I'm going through now, I just feel like people wait until you're actually into some things that you really need them to show their true colors,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't understand that aspect of people. Like you supposed to be there for people, especially when that person has always been there for you, but then
Mm-hmm.
it's never reciprocated. So that's how I weed out the people that's supposed to be in my circle. Like, nah, I don't want to deal with you. And I understand people got life too, but don't act like you care without showing that you care. It's a difference.
Yeah, but see, I know on my end, sometimes the way that I show my sympathy is a little different than other people, and sometimes I'm not aware of what a person needs from me sometimes. Because
If that
sometimes,
person knows you, they understand how you work and you
yeah,
operate, so they're not gonna get in their feelings about it because they understand. But then I get that some people feel like if you're going through something, you probably don't want nobody just keep on constantly hounding you or whatever. But depending on the person, you just gotta make sure, like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if you do this or do that. But I guess it depends on the situation. I
yeah,
don't
because I think my issue is sometimes I don't take myself out of things, and sometimes I think I need to because I handle things the way that I probably because for me, if I'm dealing with something, I don't want to be hounded with nothing. But
yeah,
then, like I'd rather be by myself. Like
yeah.
I don't mind you reaching out, but you ain't got to do too much. You can just reach out and leave me alone. Like that's it.
Hmm.
And I take that same approach with other people. I'll reach out to them. I give them their space until they're ready to talk to me. But then there's some people that wants a
To
little
constantly.
wants more from me. And I'm thinking that I'm doing the right thing by giving them the space, but they actually require more from me.
Mhm.
And I had to learn that lesson this year that sometimes you just got to take yourself out of it. Just because you deal with stuff this way don't mean the next person
Next person,
will
yeah.
deal with it the same way. So that's my character.
We just learning.
Yeah. This year taught me a lot, trust me.
Uh-huh.
Taught me a lot. So I know that you have had interactions with certain celebs. What would you say was your favorite or least favorite interaction, if you don't mind saying?
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just tell you this. I don't want to put this. Out of all the people that I have interacted with,
Mm-hmm.
I have never had a bad experience with them off the front end,
Mm-hmm.
in the initial beginning. And till this day, the only one that I did have a negative experience with, and that was towards the end, was a certain person. That was Tamar. Y'all already know that.
Yeah.
But everybody else, I've met Tyler Perry, and he was so nice to me and everything. It made me feel welcome because when I went to his home, he had a party that was going on, and it was around the time with the Haves and the Have-Nots was coming out. Well, it
Mhm.
was out, and it was like this big thing, and so they was recording out there for OWN as well, and I had no idea they was doing the specials also, but I remember that I showed up in some shorts. Listen, we out there. I said, well, hold on. It's February out here in Chicago. It's gonna be hot outside out there in LA, which it was. I said, it is hot as hell out here in February. What is going on? I said, so it really be hot all day, all year round.
Right.
And I'm thinking that this is just a regular situation baby, people was dressed up in their dresses. Some people did have on suits, but then some people came, a little dressed down, but casual form, a little bit like that. And here I am in some khaki shorts. I said, "What is going on?" He saw the discomfort in me, and he was like, "Listen, I just want you to be yourself, okay? That is
Mhm.
why I invited you here. You are welcome. You don't have to feel no type of way." And he put my mind at ease that whole night. Baby, we tore up the floor that night, okay? I was drunk
That's
as
all
hell.
you needed. That is all
Yeah.
you needed.
And
Period.
then when I met Tony Braxton, you know, um, that was real cool. She was real nice, you know. She knew of me. And then Sparkle was there, took pictures for me or whatever. Like I was the only one that got some pictures that for personal pictures and stuff, whatever, because the people fuck with me. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. That was a real good moment.
Mhm.
When I Miss Yvette, who is for those that don't know, that's Beyonce's publicist,
Mhm.
and flew us out there to see the On the Run tour opening night, the second tour, part two, the opening night out in Cleveland. This was in 2018. That is probably, I would say, she is. I don't know if you want to consider her a celebrity, but I feel like she is. Missy Vet is one of the nicest, cheerful, hypest person ever that I've ever met. Like the persona that she puts on the internet, like she be posting her stuff on Instagram, and she just be so happy and all this stuff. When you see that in real life, you be like, "Oh damn, this is that ain't no friend. This is really her." And
Right.
she made me feel so welcome and everything. And she just kept coming back and making sure everybody was good, making sure I was good, and periodically checking up on me and everybody else. And this has been going on for the past few years. And all of those experiences there, I've seen some people that I interact with behind the scenes from some of the shows that I review. Either they're just giving me compliments and saying I like your review, whatever, even if it's me coming up, saying some negative things about it because I didn't like this part of this part, they don't get offended. Like when I did College Hill this past season with I love not yeah, New York and them on there, and
Mhm.
Blank Quay, aka Kiki. I ran into him at the down in Houston at the on what is it? The Renaissance concert.
Uh-huh.
And he knew who I was. And he was happy about me doing the reviews and all this stuff. And I kept on thinking, like, damn, I went in on his ass on a couple of episodes about a certain topic, but he was cool with it. And I respect people that can understand that people can like you, people can rock with you, but they don't have to agree with every action that you take. And just
Yes.
because they voice their opinions in disagreement of it, they're not trying to come at you and say that you're a bad person or be fake to you and not be, they're a fake fan or all of that stuff. I hate stuff like that. And that's why the other person and me are no longer in communication. And if that don't ever happen, I just wouldn't care because
It was that bad.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah, because
I'm not surprised.
I remember there was a time where I used to ride for that person, and it wasn't on no because I'm a fan or whatever. I feel as though when you become or you're in that process of becoming friends with somebody, you
Mhm.
don't have to act like a stand. You don't have to act like a groupie. Okay. And I
Right.
ain't gonna be groupie for nobody. I'm gonna just tell you that. I mean, I'd be groupie for Beyonce. I'd be groupie for Beyonce, probably a little bit of Megan, damn sure Victoria Monet. But other than that, no. Maybe Janet Jackson. Oh, definitely Janet Jackson. I do all that. But no, like if I feel like I really, really want to be cool with you, I feel like that vibe that you want to be cool with me, and I'm not the type of person that's going to be begging somebody to be cool with me or whatever. If we naturally mesh, we naturally mesh. That's just
Mhm.
what it is. I like to build relationships off of being authentic. When I get into any type of situation with someone, I'm not looking for opportunity from them. I don't
Mhm.
want a hands up or a hand out from them. If you take it upon yourself to shout me out about this or tell somebody to come look at this or whatever, that's on you, and I appreciate it, but I don't need you to do that because I don't want you to feel, especially if you're a celebrity or whatever, that I'm trying to use you.
Right.
And it was one, that's just how it was when I was cool with this person. It wasn't, I could see past the antics and everything because, yeah, people had stuff to say and I can see it. But once I actually got to know this person on a personal level, um, really, really cool. Really, really cool. I had so much respect, and it just came to a point where I guess that person just felt like I was supposed to kiss their ass. And I'm not an ass kisser, especially if I'm not fucking you. So
Oh.
there's that. And I'm just not finna do that. I'm not finna curb my tongue and my feelings and opinions just to make you feel good. And if you are a real person and we're cool for real, you should be okay with the fact that, yeah, you're on TV and things are happening in the blogs. Everybody's not gonna agree. I'm not gonna 100% agree, even if we talk about it behind the scenes, because that person used to hit me up all the time. What about this? What about this? And I'd be telling them, you need to leave this alone. You need to leave that alone. All that stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
similar to what went down with Kevin and her. So,
Oh, the same thing.
yeah, literally, literally.
Mm-hmm.
But and it came to a head that time where she cussed me out on Twitter, and I was just like, oh, and we got into a real bad behind the scenes after that. Didn't speak for some years, and then it came time where, I think it was around the time where Kobe passed away or whatever, and I just reached out because I seen some stuff that was going on. And I just said, whatever's going on, whatever happened between us, because to this day, I honestly, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, I 100% do not know what it was that sparked the fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Until this day, I still think what happened and what was said, because I really feel like somebody lied and said some things. And I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like it was some fake shit that was going on and somebody played me to get to a certain position. I don't know. It was some crazy shit that was going on. But for my people that know it, they know it. So I reached out and we did have a conversation, and I was like, whatever you felt like I did, I apologize. I did respect you, all this stuff or whatever. And we just let bygones be bygones and, followed each other back on social media. And then, bitch, when that whole Candy and her shit happened, I said, well, y'all know what I said. I just didn't believe the story because I know how she rolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, she had blocked me on Twitter. I said, oh, okay. And see, here's the thing. As soon as that happened, I was over it right then there. Like at that point to this day,
There was no point.
yeah, I'm not the type of person that's gonna keep on blocking, unblocking, doing all I got
Mm.
to do that.
It's
And
no.
I'm not gonna be chasing around somebody just for that. If you don't want to be cool with me, you don't gotta be cool with me. And you live your life, I live my life, and I'm on to the good. We good. And that's just basically it.
And that's the reason why.
I ain't got nothing negative to say about her.
But see, that's the reason why I am very like hesitant about having those relationships with people like that, with people in that arena, because I be feeling like sometimes I be thinking that we're at their mercy sometimes. Like we can't say anything
Yes.
that's not in favor of them, and then they'll get mad. Like for
Then they'll
example,
put it out there like, I want you to tell me this. I want you to give me your honest opinion,
yeah.
and I'll take it in. But once you do that, it's a whole complete opposite reaction. Like you get pissed off and all this stuff. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. That whole experience, it messed me up so bad. Like it messed me up so bad, and it messed my trust up. Because
Yeah.
when I say that I genuinely like that girl, on
Hmm.
a friendship type of level or whatever, I respected her totally. Like it used to irritate me when I hear people talk down about her because I knew who she
You
really
knew
was.
her.
It seems like she wasn't that person.
Hmm.
But then when all of this stuff started happening, and then I was just like, you know what? No, no, I just can't. That's why if I become cool again with somebody else, I don't, I don't know how it would go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's
Trusting.
I be so hesitant because even with the whole candy thing, like
Mm-hmm.
I like Don Juan them, they're cool with me and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't reach out to them like that.
Yes.
Because it's here and there, but I don't reach out to them like that. I
It's
try to
like
be
I know people who got other people numbers and stuff like that, and they
yeah,
text them and call them on daily and all this stuff. But it's like if you give me your number, let's say you're a celeb or whatever, you give me your number. I just don't think at this point because of the
right.
stuff that and because my character, especially if we in the process of getting to know each other, I wouldn't be the one that'd be the one that make the first text or call. I don't want
Yeah,
you to do that because I don't want them to feel like, oh, you just doing this because of who I am, or
and
you just
that's
trying
the
to,
reason why I don't like to do it. Because even with on Bell Collector, Latrice,
hmm
I knew her before the show. That was
hmm
I was friends with her before the show. I done hung out with I done hung out with this girl many times. We went to high school together, graduated the same high school, know each other for
Bell
years, just
collector
like
come back
family.
in this week
Oh,
too.
huh?
I said bell collector come back in a couple of weeks.
You know, I'm gonna tell you know when this is over. Anyway, but I've known her before this show. But even
Mhm.
with her, even though I knew her before the show, I keep my communication with her like that because
Yeah.
I don't want her to feel like I'm only talking to you so I can get an opportunity. I
Yeah.
ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And
If I ever,
she called me herself. You know, I don't have to call her. She called me herself. Like if I want, like if we're doing an interview, then of course I got to reach out. But hell, she reached out to me and Jamar for the interview first this
okay,
time around.
that's
So
just how it is.
so yeah, I don't even do that. And even with her, she know that I'm not gonna mince my words. If her husband on here doing some fuck shit, I'm gonna call him out. And I don't even know her husband like that. And she even said, "Well, you know, I had to stop watching some of your videos because I ain't like what you was saying about Zad and Honey." I said, "Well."
Well, you gonna stop doing what he's doing to lead at me, but you can't tell nobody to lead at me.
But
But
I get what you're
I'm
saying
just
though.
saying,
I get what you're saying though. That's
girl,
why
you deserve better.
you know. But
Mm,
that's the reason why I'm hesitant with that. And
yeah.
and people don't realize how many reality stars actually do reach out to us sometimes. And I don't put it on blast. It's so many of them
I
that do it.
cannot do that, and I will never. After that experience, that whole experience, I will never ever let anybody know that I know somebody
Yeah.
because one, if you do put it out there, it's like, oh, you think you better, oh, you bragging, oh, you this,
Or
and
you
then
biased.
it's like, oh, they paying you to have this opinion.
Right.
You're kissing, girl, please. I don't do that.
Because baby,
Okay,
they've been saying Candy been paying me since before I got since after the
listen.
interview I had
Wasn't it a point in time on Real Housewives? What season was it on Real Housewives of Potomac that they
season
swore
5. Oh, we was all getting paid by
everybody
my
get
week.
it paid? Let me put this out here loud and clear. Ashley has been on YouTube for so many years, and not one time have anybody offered me any monetary
Mm-mm.
value for anything. Okay, nobody has slid up into my DMs and said, "I don't need you saying no stuff like that." And even if they did, you're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna say on my platform.
Period.
Okay, Ashley cannot be bought.
At
I'm
all.
an authentic ass bitch, and that's what you're gonna get. If I need to give you a tongue lashing, baby, I'm gonna give it to you. If I'm gonna prop you up, I'm gonna prop you up. That's just what it
Yeah,
is.
I mean, Candy sent us that shit, and I drug her ass about not
Yeah.
having a radar in that damn restaurant, and she still sent that shit to us.
Okay,
So
I
I
wasn't
mean,
talking about that shit. Like, why your restaurant
like
look like
they
that?
be killing me, and then I be like, if y'all been watching me for years, y'all would know that I've been Team Candy before I had any type of interaction with her.
Exactly.
Like, what you talking about?
Like, you just can't get close. I know people that because you just and I understand it because you see so many examples of people who are close to some of these people and they literally will show you their allegiance and they don't know how to just be neutral or unbiased.
Right. Exactly.
People cannot be cool with people and be unbiased, and that lies the problem. So
Exactly.
just keep your mouth shut.
I think I got two more things to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
There's, as we said before, we touched on old YouTube from when we was coming up. Are there any YouTubers that you miss that are no longer posting?
Um. Oh my God, what is his name? Quadir.
I knew you was gonna say Quadir. Everybody misses Quadir. Quadir was so fucking funny.
I miss him so much. Like he was one of the few that I used to watch back in the day all the time. Um it was some oh my god, I used to follow this lesbian blogger, and I don't know if she's still doing that. I think her name was Sarcasm, whatever. Let me tell you something. YouTube is a thing because love, it's a teaching. I learned about before I knew fully what like transgender was or whatever. I was
Mhm.
following this person who literally was transitioning from female to male, and that whole process, I was like, oh my god, So that taught me a whole bunch of stuff, made me want to do more research on it and all that stuff, because I like to be respectable to people and all that, and I
Yeah,
just like to learn. Um, Oh my God, it's been so many people that was back then. I can't even remember, but it's like I see their videos and stuff just playing in my head right now, and I just can't remember their name.
I
But
know for a fact I miss Much Love. Now that's what I miss.
oh my God, much love from KY. I hope she's doing okay. I be seeing that I see her liking stuff, so she's
Yeah,
with us. But I just hope everything
still
okay.
around somewhere. I said
Uh-huh.
I was gonna reach out to her on Facebook.
Yeah,
But we
I'm
still
not
follow each other on
on Facebook like that.
Facebook.
So the
Are there any YouTubers that are any more recent YouTubers that just came out years ago that you like?
recently, I mean, I watch the people that's on your panel for the
Oh,
most part. I really need some new people to watch because
okay.
I look at certain like the recommendation people that be doing the interviews. What is his name? He all up into the love and marriage stuff. Anthony Lofty's. I
Yeah, I know
watch
him.
him sometimes. I'm starting to watch the guy Make It Make Sense.
Oh, that's my friend in real life. I love him.
Oh, for real? Like they
Yeah,
be
we be
getting
yeah. Remember, I don't know if you've seen the picture or not, but back in November when I came to Atlanta around this time last year, it was me,
Mhm,
him, Jamar, Jamie, that's me,
mhm.
Really B, and House of Ed.
Yes.
We all hung out.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back because I remember that. But yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, damn, you getting all these interviews and shit. You better fucking do that. And I said, you know what? Do it. I just like it. I just be looking at everybody's stuff these days. 9 and 10, I just be bored, and then it just comes up, and I just like, oh, okay, let me give you a try. So that's
Yeah, I
cute.
be doing that too,
Yeah. But I need some more suggestions, some people to watch. Calm people.
though. um,
I'm getting in my auntie stage. Hey,
right. How do you feel knowing that you are a YouTube vet slash OG in this shit now? Did you ever think that you would be
no.
there?
When I hear people say that, I'm like, damn, first of all, y'all aging me. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
Okay.
but I take that with a badge of honor. The fact that I'm still here and, people respect it. And so far, what I know, I haven't seen too many. Have I seen negative things recently about me? No. And if so, that's a personal issue y'all got with yourselves. But for the most part, I take that as a badge of honor. And I feel like people really rock with me. People still know me. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Yep.
I don't know if you realize how loved you really
I don't.
are. The
I
same
don't
way you
know
say
here.
that about rocks, like you are loved. Like it doesn't matter what criticism people may try to give, because a lot of the times the criticism really is like an ant. Like the love really outweighs all of the criticism that we get a lot of the times. And sometimes we
Mhm.
focus on that one little ant that's in the room. But you have a lot of like I see a lot of when I said that I was doing this, people were DMing me like excited that I was doing this with you. People commented on my community while excited, like, oh my God, Ashley, like you never know how people really perceive you and look
I
at you
think
and love your stuff.
I have a hard time like accepting that.
I do too. I understand that.
Cause I feel like in my mind, even though I'm here and I've been here and people do know of me to a certain extent, I just feel like, I'm still in that. I'm just a nobody. I'm on my Keith Lee. I'm just a regular person. Okay. I'm not
Yeah.
this big person. I don't even feel like I'm a big YouTuber. I just feel like I'm just somebody that gets on YouTube, make videos, and either you find them funny or you don't. And that's just what it is. I do know that I've been working more so on my confidence or whatever and believing more in myself and all that because
Right.
I do have my time where I be like, well, I self-doubt and I feel like, maybe I need to change this and maybe I need to change. No, I need to say exactly who I am because that's what drew people into me as I am
It's
right now.
crazy how you be having those things, but you don't like for me to have those things. It's so funny to me.
We walk in contradiction sometimes. I mean, it happens. It happens. Like we all just go through those moments where we just feel like real down on ourselves, and then we just got to pick ourselves up some way somehow. But yeah, I'm working on that because I'm not like I said. Last year was a tough year. This year was somewhat tough, but it wasn't as bad as last year. To the extent, well, last year I was dealing with depression real bad, but this year I'm out of that. But still had some hurdles, but I'm still here, and I'm just glad that I have not gone back to that deep depression route because that was a crazy time, and people didn't even know it. So
It's funny how things switch around because last year was a decent year for me, but then this year has been a terrible year for me.
I see it, and the fact that you still get the people what they want and what they need.
I'm gonna
Okay.
close it out by telling you this because it has been like it has been a struggle this year
Mhm.
because my year started off with somebody dying.
Yeah.
And it looked like it just ended with someone. It's ending with someone dying too. I lost three people within a couple of months of this year. Lost someone in January, August, and now October. There's three people. And I said this before, like for the last couple of years, probably since 2015, someone that's very close to me seems to pass on every single year. And this year was a lot. And it's been, and I think that it shows in my work sometimes. Like sometimes I go off a lot on videos and people don't understand it. And sometimes they be thinking I'm way too passionate or way too invested. And it's not that I'm invested. It's like it's basically me like
You
taking
agree?
my frustrations
Yeah.
out into the work. And that's why I made the statement that I made on Twitter yesterday that I'm gonna try next year to take a more lighter approach because it's a lot. It's death, it's depression, it's the bouts of suicidal thoughts every couple of months. It's been a lot. You know
And
what I'm saying? And
you
I
got
will
people to talk to.
say, huh?
You got people to talk to.
That is true. I do thank you for being one of the ones that have been reaching out to me. I know Bundy had reached out to me a couple of months ago. She was like, "Boy, what is wrong with you? Do you need to talk to me?" You know what I'm saying? Jamie, whenever I hang out with her, she always makes sure I'm good. And of course, Jamar and I talk every fucking day.
That's good. I
So
love our friendship and how it came about. I just love that.
yeah, girl, 10 years, girl.
Huh?
10 years, girl. We've been
Yes, that just goes to show that you can make friends off social media and it be real and genuine. I love that.
right, and then the day that this comes out is Saturday. So I'm just gonna say this: Happy birthday, Jamar! Today his birthday.
Happy birthday, Jamar. And listen, Jamar is out here doing it. He just closed on his
Yes,
own house. Listen, Jamar, we proud of you too. Love you
yes,
too, boy.
yes. Because the same way you was instilling stuff in me, I was instilling stuff with him because he just knew that he was done with it. Like now, it's to the point where he don't even need to do YouTube. He's doing other stuff. So it's
Yeah, he's still working. He works with he do the stuff on Chasing Atlanta too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I said, look at him.
acting in independent films and stuff.
I
Like
see it. I'm
yeah,
so happy. I'm happy for everybody.
right,
Even if I may feel like okay, well, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit stagnant or whatever, or this ain't happening for me. I feel that way, and I feel like everybody has felt that way, and that's just a natural thing. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm never jealous of nobody, and I am so freaking happy for everybody that is out here, especially the ones that came up with me, especially the ones that's in my circle. So when y'all begin like these interviews and people be reaching out just to say that they like y'all, and you be posting, I'd be like, yes, I really be happy for y'all. So y'all gonna do it.
This is called support people. This
Yes.
okay.
We need more of that.
Yes, we do.
You don't have to hate on nobody. If you don't like a person content, just don't watch them or whatever. You don't like what they tweet about or they post about, just don't keep scrolling, block them or whatever. We ain't gotta be negative. We can support without being shady towards each other, without being messy towards each other. Now I ain't gonna lie, being shady in certain situations, that is kind of fun. It depends. Well, not to each other, but when we talking about stuff on social media, but that's fun or whatever, because I'm just shady boots over there. Y'all already know that. But when it comes to your real core group, you have to show that support and that love, and they need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Be that example that everybody ain't gotta be assholes out here.
Right,
We can come together, you know?
right. And before we go,
Mm-hmm.
before I forget it, Kevin was on the second episode of this,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking, and he mentioned a possible third blackout. Would you do it?
Yes, I would. Because first of all, I'm so tired of y'all asking, when you gonna do a meet and greet? When you gonna do a meet and greet? Girl, let me tell you something. I need to have a group of people with me just to push me out my shell, because initially I will be quiet. I'm so introverted and all that. Like I told y'all, I'm working on my confidence, all right? So I gotta push myself out my shell, and doing stuff like that. That is something that I never thought that I would ever do.
Mhm.
Like be a part of an ensemble group and we meeting people and all this stuff. First of all, I never thought I would do something like that ever in life, but then to actually be a part of it and be asked, I was like, oh, okay, wow. And then to be perceived in a positive way, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And I look forward to doing, both of those events. If it's a third one that comes up, Ashley definitely will be there. Ashley definitely will be having fun. Ashley gonna be a mess. I'm just tell y'all that.
Because I've been pushing it for the last few months, and I told him, mainly because I didn't get to go to neither one of the first two. I did not. Now this time I'm gonna be there. So I
Yes,
said
and
he's down
everybody
with it too.
needs to be there. Everybody needs to be there, and we all just need to just
Yeah,
have
because
that.
when we was at Candy's Ranch back in July, Jamar and I, because they were filming Chasing Atlanta there that day.
Mhm.
And that was my first time meeting Candy. And I told her, listen, I'm not gonna fangirl, although I want to, but I'm not. We was talking about possibly like doing something again as a group for, well, not again for me because I wasn't there, but they were talking about doing something again as a group, like the blackout again. When I mentioned it to
They can do
Kevin
it
on
on
the
the
interview, he said
ranch.
he's down with it. So I'm like, okay, if you down with it, I'm down with it.
I mean,
So
we can do it on the ranch.
yes,
We
that's something that
can do it
Candy
like
said
that.
too.
Yeah, like I think at this point in time with everything that's been going on in the world, yeah, I feel like we need a big, huge get together.
We do.
We need to come together. We need to just party with each other. We need to have fun and just release and just not worry about anything. That's all we need right now.
Well, with that being said, we went over 23 minutes, but I knew we would though.
That's down with me. That's why I said let's start.
So thank you once again, Ashley, for doing this with me. I really appreciate this, of
I
course.
appreciate you asking.
And follow Ashley Miller if you haven't. Is it your YouTube channel? I could be forgetting. Is it just Ashley Miller? Is it Ashley Miller TV?
Ashley Miller TV. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Ashley Shy Miller right here on the screen. And same thing on Instagram, Ashley Shy Miller.
All right, you guys. Well, this was another episode of One on One. I think the next episode is gonna have Bundy on it. I think she's the next.
Bounty out there in Africa living her best life,
Right,
So
she is, honey.
we're gonna come
Okay.
back hand as hell.
But y'all, that's it, and we're out of here. Till the next time. Bye, y'all.